When I get big, I want to be little. Children are born dreamers. Watch them as they act out their dreams and pretend. The sky is the limit for what they can do if they put their minds and their lives to it. Adults ask children all the time what they want to be when they grow up. If I was to go down and ask these athletes in the first row, these young ladies, what they want to be when they grow up, the answers would be as far-reaching as you can imagine. Some of them may even say they want to be President of the United States. Some maybe want a teacher. Some may just want to get married and have children. All of them, just their own dreams. And then we as adults, some of us have achieved our goals, but yet we have dreams. What's going to be my retirement? Will I have enough money to live on? Some young adults are dreaming, when will I get my driver's license? Who will I take to the prom? Simple things to ask, little things that we ask Jesus to keep track of for us. Wouldn't it be interesting to flash back to your childhood days and recount what you dreamed of when you were little? There's nothing wrong with dreaming. God gives us dreams to spur on our reality and to spur on our relationship with Him. We must always keep a childlike heart to remain with Him and to listen to Him. This morning, you could actually say, Jesus is saying, when I get big, I want to be little. It didn't take long for me to learn the lessons of life, whether I wanted to or not. Sometimes my lessons were taught to myself, sometimes it was by others. See, there's two ways to learn and experience life. One from our own experience, and one from someone else's experience. More often than not, I personally chose the path of learning from my own mistakes and failures. As long as we live on this earth, God will be teaching us. He instructs us through His Word, the Bible. He educates you through other people, through small group opportunities. We have a number of those opportunities coming up. 6 dates for Catholic couples, Alpha, the Wild Goose, and the upcoming fall retreat in November. All opportunities for us to take advantage of to grow closer to God, to be big while remaining little. The question today is, are you and I listening? One thing is for sure, you will not learn from Jesus until you get small enough to listen. Before you get big, you have to get small enough to listen to the Lord. When you get big, you have to be small enough to serve. The biggest person is God's kingdom who serves the smallest person. Even His disciples, Jesus stood up to the toddler and gently holds the child in the crook of His arm. You see, you have to receive one of these little ones to understand God. The greatest person is the one who, as an adult, serves a child. If you want to be big before God, find a way to serve them. Find a way to serve those who cannot give back. Allow the Lord to convict you, to let you focus on the least, want to be the least, want to be that servant. Make sure that we always are doing God's will. We are entering into the 40 days of life vigils. I ask you to attend one of these vigils. Pray for the mom and the little child who might be aborted, the child who has no one to stand up for. Keep focused on the least. Dr. Seuss, as well as writing many children's books, wrote some adult scripture. He said, "To the world you may be one person, but to one person you may be the world." When you get big, you have to be small enough to serve others. When you get big, are you small enough to be at peace? Jesus certainly has a different definition of peace than we sometimes understand. He says, when you get big, are you small enough to enjoy peace with those you disagree with and peace with God? The biggest person in the universe once became small enough to learn what it means to be a human being. He became small enough to serve sinners like you and I by dying for us. He was small enough to bring peace to you and to me. He was small enough to bring peace between you and God. And he was even small, he was the biggest person the world has ever seen. This morning, Jesus wants you to know that no matter how big you get, you will always be his child. What do you want to be when you get big? I hope you will say to the Lord, when I get big, I want to be small. May you know the love of God now and forever.